So this change of perspective will be related to the recent developments in Poland, which is, according to European standards, a country of mid-size. But not only this, it is also a country of rather emerging than established economy. And in the area of high-performance computing, we have jumped in only in the beginning of 90s with the transformation of the political system in the country. So what I will do here is to report on the recent developments, current status, and also I'll give you some background of the development over last decade. Just to give you an idea about HPC sector in mostly academic domain, over the last years, it was the sector having funding, direct funding of the range of some $200 million. At the same time, there was quite a development program for e-infrastructures in academia, and during the same period of time, it was a development with something like $400 million funding. Not only this, also the whole structure of the governance and administration in the country has been modified within the program of developing administrative infrastructures backed with the development funds in the range of 1.5 up to $2 billion. This is just the current situation. And there is already a new program set up for further development until the year 2020 or 2022. The overall funding for new development activities in the country will be totally scheduled at the level of something like nearly $110 billion. Out of this, about 20 billion are dedicated to three specific programs. The one called Digital Poland, so addressing all developments dealing with e-infrastructures, knowledge education and development, addressing research and education, and intelligent development, addressing joint programs for industry and academia. This totally funded with about $20 billion for the period I have mentioned. The current situation in the HPC sector in Poland is that we have got a number of centers assigned to implement specific roles. Out of those, 5 are mainly addressing the issues of capacity processing, and those are Krakow's Cyfronet, Poznań's Supercomputing and Networking Center, and also centers in Gdańsk and Wrocław. Quite recently, because of the reported development program, an additional center has been founded in the area of energy research. In addition, a facility has been set up for capability processing role. Just about the background. The whole strategy for ICT infrastructure development in Poland has been set up in '93 for academia. With this, 5 HPC centers have been founded, and shortly after, a national optical networking infrastructure program has been set up. We also have started building infrastructure for academia, starting from a creation called Virtual Library of Science, addressing complete access to publications and databases for the whole academic community. In Poland, it consists currently of something like 1,200 institutions. The most recent developments are based on Poland joining EU, and with this, with the access to cohesion funds. Within this program, recently, we have moved to the next stage of defining a number, assigning the role of competence center to a number of institutions within the former development. So currently, just to give you an idea about the existing HPC infrastructure in Poland, it is something like 2 facilities with more or less half petaflop total capacity, and 3 or 4 smaller facilities with the capacity between 100 and 180 teraflops. The concept of developing the competence centers has been set up based on defining 3 main areas of activity. The one dedicated to high-performance networking has been assigned to Poznań Supercomputing and Networking Center. Capacity computing and processing facility has been located in Kraków. And the role of capability computing and the database services center has been assigned to ACM. This is based on a number of programs that have been absolved over last years and recently defined an infrastructure roadmap that covers the period until 2024. Within this road mapping, just one of the components is assigned to ICM and addresses the issues of developing distributed scalable infrastructure for data science, data-driven open science. This is based on a larger, major investment program that has been started a year ago. Within this concept, there is a complete workflow addressed, ranging from storage and retrieval of data services, high-performance data analytics facilitation, and high-performance computing that is very strongly data-oriented and data-driven. Within this roadmap program, there is a combination of roles addressing the needs for academia, those for non-academic partners, including governmental agencies and public administration, but also business, industry, and NGOs. And what is new, at least for our country in this connection, it is the fact that we have developed a concept that is addressing needs not only for traditional public, non-public partnerships, but has set up new ideas, at least new for bureaucratized Europe, namely those of setting up intersectorial public-public collaborations. This is a move that eases quite a lot of the procedures that can be shortened, and in this way, development programs can be rationalized and set up in a way going through vertical limits between sectors in the government and economy. The main component, the core infrastructure for the OSIRIS roadmap program, by the way, the total tentative funding that is assigned to this program ranges more or less $100 million. This is the role that is already filled by the ocean infrastructure, which is a newly founded Center for Data, their Analytics, and Computational Modeling. Within this infrastructure, what has been set up is a combination of a facility for all functions related to data processing, but also infrastructure that has been developed for a national research information system, and also a governmental platform for all types of public governmental data. Within this concept, a facility for high-performance analytics is being developed, and as a follow-up, as a post-processing for data analytics, the corresponding facility for high-performance computing, especially addressing time-critical applications, is under development. The idea, going beyond the existing infrastructures, is based on a combination of functions implemented and performed by ICM as a host for these operations, with the role of sharing those functionalities with other competence center that I have mentioned. This idea that originally has been was addressing the needs of academia has been extended so as to address the emerging needs of the whole government and public administration, and is also focused on new areas of research and data activities in Poland. In particular, this is the role assigned in the connection with the newly founded Polish space program. In this connection, what is a specific feature for this setup is that quite a large development and consulting team is also made available as a part of the facility and its functionalities. The infrastructure that I have mentioned, which is currently under development to become fully operational as of Q3 of 2015, is, just to give you the idea, based on something like 5,000 square meter floor data center with the power supply initially in the range of 4 megawatts, with 10 megawatts already provided, and is based on new deployment of the systems for data storage, high-performance data analytics, and capability computing. Beyond these functions, there will be quite a large technology development side, especially addressing the ambition and ideas of new young generation of computer scientists and developers. In this connection, what will be offered as a service to academic community, to the government, and other partners mentioned, is the full chain of services related to big data, starting from their acquisition and ending with applications in planning and decision supporting systems. We have focused, when starting this program, on a number of areas. And those include numerical weather forecasting for Central Europe, with their derivatives. Their service is dependent on forecasts in energy, transportation, logistics, but also natural hazards warning systems and our defense needs. What we address as well is a development of new solutions that will encompass both data handling and computational modeling. This is what is just now being developed. And what is the background for this current development? Just a few milestones out of ICM's history. We have been founded as of 1993 to become a center for high-performance computing. But shortly after this foundation, we went quite extensively into research in computational and information sciences and started building various types of national information infrastructures. As for Poland, the concept that has been developed in mid-90s was based on an idea of treating the whole country as a single academic campus. So all services have got distributed all over the country and addressed needs of all academic institutions operating within the country, using joint single licensing systems for the whole type of services. In this connection, quite a number of programs have been developed. In particular, as of 1998, we have started an initiative that in between grew up to become a major, actually the largest academic program in the country. It is the system of the Virtual Library of Science with annual funding in the range of something like slightly over $50 million. Out of our center in between, some new research institutions have emerged. In particular, we have developed a concept of simultaneous computational modeling and experimentation for materials chemistry, for protein engineering, for bio-nanotechnology. And those groups in between have become a core for a newly founded Center for New Technology at the University of Warsaw. We have also focused for last decade on promoting the concept of open science, changing the attitude and developing new models of collaboration. And among those developments, we have been in charge of developing OpenAIRE as one of 3 partners. It is now the driving open access infrastructure for European Union. Just to round up a few pieces of information on primary research areas for ICM. So we have focused since beginning on various fields within human physiology, addressing those developments at multi-scale. We have been involved quite deeply into various areas of material science and engineering, as well as into the methodological foundations for a number of areas, in particular those related to complex networks and their dynamics as applied to various domains in academic area and elsewhere. Our current computational infrastructure is based on a mixture of hybrid systems ranging from x86 clusters via BlueGene-Q and Power 770. So this gives us a possibility of addressing quite a range of diverse needs. And this concept has brought us to offering a number of services. Among those, some are quite well received within Poland and surrounding countries, and they include in particular a system for precise numerical weather forecasting, but also we have developed over the period of whole our existence, over 20 years, a range of complete solutions for visual computing and data analysis that can be accessed from our website. And the complete presentation includes more data on our specific activities, our specific areas of involvement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.